The live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon is finally here, so today let's see if it's worth your time. On the rugged island of Berk, a Viking boy named Hiccup defies centuries of traditions by befriending a dragon named Toothless. I was really surprised when DreamWorks announced that they were going to remake How to Train Your Dragon, since it was released in 2010, piggybacking possibly off of Disney doing their live action films. But I do think that Disney needs to sit down and watch this live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, because it essentially does exactly what that animated film did. The 2010 animated film is one of the best DreamWorks animated film, and this is a faithful adaptation of that animated movie. And it doesn't mess with the story. It doesn't change things around too much. It's able to keep that same emotional structure to it. The chemistry between characters, the thrilling sequences, everything from that movie is translated nicely to a live action film. And Disney has done that before, where they have taken essentially the same exact movie and it still doesn't work. You look at The Lion King, that animated movie is so good. The live action film is not good. There's enough in the How to Train Your Dragon animated film that would justify a live action film. And yes, it's pretty much like the same exact movie, shot for shot. Dialogue is the same. I could hear Jonah Hill and America Ferrera and Jay Baruchel all within this movie. I could hear all the performances, but it works still. It still offered up a thrilling, emotional film. The movie looks really good. There are some visually stunning sequences. The whole sequence with Hiccup and Toothless trusting each other, flying around the island with the beautiful score as well. That's cinematic, both in the animated film and this live action film as well. So you're able to offer up some visual stunning sequences and some action-packed moments, especially with the end with the bigger dragon. It just works. The visuals are stunning throughout. The performances are good as well. It was cool to see Gerard Butler return as Stoic within this movie, since he voiced the character in the animated film. It's just pretty much the same kind of character, same dialogue, storyline for him, but Gerard Butler gives a good performance. And it is crazy how much Mason Thames does look like Hiccup from the animated film. And not only looks like him, but also sounds a little bit like Jay Baruchel within this movie. But he also gives a solid performance, understanding that he is a bit weaker than everybody else and wanting to make his father happy, which is a strong storyline within this film. But you see that he is trying to rise to this challenge, prove himself, and the relationship he has with Toothless is very emotional. So I really like Mason Thames. Nico Parker, Nick Frost, Harry Trevaldwin, and Gabriel Howell also are really good within this film and what I imagine them to be from the animated film. Harry Trevaldwin as Tough Nut, probably the best casting beside Mason Thames as Hiccup. But what this film had to do is build that relationship between Hiccup and Toothless, and it worked. Have that kind of slow build up to where they have to trust each other, help each other out. But then you also have to develop the relationship between Astrid and Hiccup, and they are very different in the beginning of the film. But how Hiccup views the dragons, he has to convince Astrid of the same thing and having her care for the dragons, which is a very good storyline in regards to Hiccup and his father Stoic, and how can he get his father to be more caring towards the dragons and not hurt them, which is a storyline that not only adds a lot to Hiccup as a character, but also to Stoic and his relationship with his son. Visually, it's stunning. There's a lot of action-packed sequences. It's a shot-by-shot remake of the animated film, but I love the animated film, and they didn't do much to change it. And, you know, people could be irritated by that they didn't take big risks and they didn't really change much to make it worth my while. I think that if they were able to capture the heart of that film and the performances and have that same structure, and the action scenes are thrilling. And I would love to watch something like that. I love the animated film. I'm sure gonna love the remake if it's pretty much the same thing in regards to like the structure and the tone of it all, and it's solid throughout. You see other films that just do a remake shot by shot and it's terrible so many times, but here it works because it's able to capture that same magic that animated film had. Maybe it's because the same director returned, but I would love to see more DreamWorks animated films being remade the same exact way and capture the same magic and heart that film had in a live action film. I'm all for it. If Disney can do something like that, just have some of the higher ups at Disney sit down and watch this film so they can understand how to make some of their remakes moving forward. I'm gonna go ahead and give the remake of How to Train Your Dragon a B+. Thank you guys for checking my review for How to Train Your Dragon remake. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.